Hi, good morning. This is Darryl Johnson, Ride the Wind, minus the cowboy hat. I wanted to get this one out early today, while I had the energy or the gumption, I guess you'd say. My last video, I was pretty excited. I thought we was at 143. I'm going to start out by saying, any channel that I attack, if that offends you, the 2 subs that I lost, I don't care. Anybody who puts lives in harm's way, I'm going to call out. And I always have if you've looked at my past videos. You're going to throw crap out there and show that this is some kind of beautiful thing that's happening right now and not really give the facts of what's happening and put people in harm's way because you're not giving them the facts, I'm going to call you out. I'm going to call out our news system. I'm going to call out our government. I'm going to do it. Whatever. Shut me down. I don't care. 6 years into this, I already explained it. 6 years I've been doing this. 6 years. 2 of those years outside under the stars by my own choice after college. Because I didn't know what to do, where to go. I saw this beginning. I saw these little things coming from behind the sun. And again, everybody stated, you're crazy. There are some players, they're this and that. Now they're a third of the sky. Okay? So to me, this is no joke. This is top headline news. And I want to make a point. And the subs that left, again, if I offended you or you see this video, I'm sorry. But you must not have been a 144 to begin with. Because if you don't see what's transpiring here, you really need to reevaluate the reality that you live. And you need to start looking around. Not just at your neighbor's house, but we got neighbors across the ocean. We have neighbors on the other side of the world. Am I clear on that? We're all human beings. And we all exist as a collective. The ones who do not want to exist as a collective and want to maintain self and ego, then this isn't the place you need to be. If you're not concerned 100% in your mind with human life, this is not the place you need to be. Because all the rest of us are. I want to give a shout out to Mr. B. I love you, man. And I'm glad you're in a safe, warm place. And I missed you. I am going to try and work on today. I promised 2 things. I probably promised a lot of things, but I'm so caught up in how quickly this is transpiring and how quickly these things are getting bigger that, I don't know, I try and prioritize. And what I see as priority right now is saying, that something's about to happen. And I'm not saying that in a fearful way, but something's about to happen. Now, I think the scenario of the 3 mile high tsunamis, etc., when we stop turning, when this thing grabs our magnetic field and we actually reverse poles, which is it's happening right now. Mainstream media, are you watching? Are you watching science feeds? They're not pulling out on CNN or anything, but if you look at the science feed, physics.org, space.com, UK Express, any of that, they're putting it out there. And it's been occurring for the last 10 years. We've been shifting. The reason, and this will lead me into, the reality. The reason northern United States is getting buried, there are actually 2 reasons. We're having geostorms. These are not right. These are geostorms. They are 10 times the strength of anything in history. I got up a freaking cams this morning watching California, and I have never, ever, and I've lived in Montana. Okay? I've never seen snow like this. And these storms, which I think is the 4th one, I'll try and add them up and get the right number. It might be the 5th. They're starting on the West Coast with 100-mile-an-hour winds. They are going across the top of the United States, and then they're crossing the ocean, and then they're burying Newfoundland, and they're burying other parts of Europe, northern Europe, UK, or flooding them with storms. And nobody's looking. And to me, that makes me ashamed of being a part of this society. And it probably does you guys also. You know, like I said, a quote from a song, we don't have to be, or you don't have to be below this. But you don't want to make things right. You don't want to fix this. And there are ways to fix this. There are ways to save lives. And that, as 144s, is what really our job is. Light workers. Light workers is who we are. And what our destiny is. As 144s. So those of you who stay and listen, thank you. Those of you who give me your research, man, you're on point. It's what we're supposed to be doing. He told us to search for the answers. He told us to search for the truth. Nobody is going to come up to you with a silver platter and say, this is the real truth. Not going to happen. They're going to bring that silver platter with a pile of poop in it. Smoking poop, okay? That's what we're getting. So here I watched California being buried this morning. Couldn't get into other states. All cams they're getting cut down. The green orb that I used to see in Syracuse, New York at the university, that's gone. I can't catch that anymore. That's gone. But I can still hit Syracuse, and I am watching you, buddy. All right? So anyway, I'm watching California. I'm watching some other parts of the world that just, man, I'm in Alaska. That same thing burns through. I saw it. I was a little late on it. It starts about 6. I think I hit it about 6:30. So it had already arced and morphed into Sauron's eye. This is what I can define it as. But I believe it's eyesight. So let's turn on the news, Darryl. Let's see if anything's being covered. Let's see if Australia's being covered. Let's see if Russia, the burning in Russia, is being covered. Let's see if any of this, which is the real headline news, is being covered. I turn on CNN. What is it? The impeachment. The impeachment. And if you are buying this soap opera, while these events are transpiring, and you think that's more important, forget about it. They're doing it for a reason. Right now, things are starting to unfray, I guess is what I'd use as a terminology. Do you think it's a coincidence that they're distracting America, which we have no protests, we do nothing, we just sit here? Do you think it's coincidence that this impeachment has everybody, this is another thing I think pissed people off in my last video, because they want to see it. They want to see it burn, you know? The Democrats want to kill Republicans. The Republicans want to kill Democrats. That's where we're at right now. Such a violent level. You know, like, I'm going to say it here. I'm probably going to lose more subscribers. A little video on Trump. I'm not going to say whether I like him or not. Whether it was him in there or anybody else, they're being controlled by something else. Government does not exist. And if you believe it does, and you're sucked into this, if you think that watching Trump being impeached is more important than millions of lives being lost over the last, I'll do the 6 years, is more important, then you really need to reevaluate your moral fabric. Seriously. And remember, those are our neighbors too. Those are our fellow human beings. Those are our species. 1 billion dead animals. And how many species eliminated in Australia? How much coverage on this TV? Amazon burned. How much coverage on this TV? They're being buried up north, Newfoundland, and it's happening again. How much coverage on TV? How much coverage on CNN, MSNBC, whatever channel, whatever flavor you pick? and they smile. You know, that makes me want to go Joker. Really does. I've always loved the Joker, and I see the polarity. You know, just push to a limit. Just push, push, push. A lot of us are, I think, are done being pushed. I know my good friend this morning, he's done being pushed. You know? So again, you know, I thought we were almost there. I'm back down to 141. But I know that's also got to do with the battle of principalities. People sometimes can't get their head around what I'm saying. If you understood Venezuela, if you understood that we just had a confrontation with Russia over Syria, we just had a confrontation with Russia over Syria. The Middle East is lighting up. They want Holy Land, they want oil. Okay? And everything they tell us a lie. But we do not want to go head to head with Russia. They're a power that we can't match. Same with China. We owe them trillion dollars? They wanted their land. They wanted California, but we burned it. Well, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this stuff. And I wanted to also give you a citation that I did not give in my last video on the sandstorm that covered the Arabian Sea the same time they were doing the Somalian pirate scan, which was obviously to cover all the military that came from around the globe to freaking examine whatever happened in the Arabian Sea, which is still happening. If you look at the magnetic chart, something's wrong there. And it began in 2012. We transcended somehow. Something happened. It's very hard to dig up this information. I mean, I really got to fight for it, but something happened. Something occurred with the moon, with the earth, with the magnetosphere, with our inner core. Okay? So my feeling is we may have transferred into a parallel reality, just like little Max Laughlin said, and it hasn't hit us yet. But we are looking at sky, the light from stars from 2012. Now, isn't that ironic? The light from the stars from 2012, it takes 8 years for it to get to us. 2012, we're in 2020. Can you crunch those numbers? I'm not being smart to you 144s. I'm being smart to the people who just aren't getting their head around what's going around here. And that, again, is saving human beings. And that, again, has to do with being lied to every day while this is happening. These are geostorms. It has nothing to do with climate change. It has to do with planets. It has to do with something out there they call the dragon, which I believe is Ison, which they said broke up behind the sun, but it actually moved it. Okay? Now they call it Wake Tuttle. Look at the ecliptic of Wake Tuttle. It's the exact same as Dragon, Ison. Solar system goes like that, right? Supposedly. It's got like a gyrospheric type of ecliptic that goes around like this. And this thing's passing every day. So how close is it? When I looked at it in Canada this morning, it's bigger. It's bigger. I'm going to post some videos up on my Facebook later on. Again, Darryl Lynn Johnson, Darryl Lynn, Lynn Johnson. Go to my Facebook, go to my wall. I'm posting my videos. Okay? So, check California. Check Newfoundland. The inability to work together and see. The lack of unification. And that's what they're doing. I'm not blaming it on I guess you guys. I'm just mad, you know? I woke up mad to see this, to get off the cans and well, let me pop on to CNN. First thing out of the gate, man, it's impeachment. It's going to be impeachment all day long. For some reason, people are just. Once you get on a can, you really want to go. You go. A big difference. And you'll understand what should be on headline news and what is on headline news and what is fiction and when it's factual. Okay? It's called the viewer cam system. Download it. Okay? Viewer cam system, and you want the one where you can pick countries. And that's going to be my next mission. I'm going to start going country to country. I'm going to start at the very top of the list, A through whatever. Arabia, Australia, the whole, all the way, B, Belgium, whatever, Beirut, everything. I'm going all the way down the list to examine this planet, and I'm going to start trying to do it that way. Daily reports of each country. Okay? And I do this so we know what's going on. So we know what the back end deal is. So we don't accept what these channels are putting out there. We give the full story, or I give you the full story of what I believe should be headline news. And that is the loss of life in large numbers. There's a culling going on here, people. It's called culling. It's called thinning the herd. And it has begun. And if you can't buy that and you can't get your head around that, then you don't see all 9 dimensions. You're creating your reality from 3. Okay? 1 plus 4 equals 9. The 9 realms, the 9 dimensions, and the ability to see all of them. I can't teach you to do that. Neither can any of these subs here. You either have the ability or you don't. But darn it, I was at 143. We were almost at 144. But again, we're talking about all the principalities here also. We're talking good against evil. The darkness knows what I'm trying to achieve. I'm not stupid. I know the attacks. Okay. So, Mr. B, I want to say one more time, I love you, man. Hang in there. Okay? And I know exactly what you're talking about. It's right where my head's at, but I can't talk about those things on this channel. Or I'll immediately be shut down. But I thought from the beginning, how? Okay? You know what I'm saying when I say that. Most of you don't, but I just can't talk about what really I'm about. Because they'll shut me down. Okay? I think that's about it. I support you guys 100%. You have my email, Horizon Event 144. I guess I should check it. Horizon Event 144 at gmail.com. You need bids. You need to talk to me. You want my phone number. And the other, I'm sorry, someone else sent me their phone number. I'm sorry I have not gotten back to you. I'm having issues. I'm just going to say body issues. I'm starting to deal with neuropathy in my arms. Great time, I just bought a guitar, right? So I'm headed to the gym today to my wrists. It's because I'm older and I play real fast, both hands, right? And my wrists aren't holding up like they used to. In fact, this one was kind of a claw the other day. And they're burning and they're tingling. That comes from having strokes. That comes from maybe too many fights and too many shots to the head. Because I am a scrapper, no doubt. And I always will be. But your love and your support, not monetary, just to know you're out there. Just to know you understand, that you see. That's the first part of being saved through what we're going to go through. If you don't see and you close your eyes to what's coming, I feel sad for you. But if you open your eyes and you understand what's transpiring here, a battle against good and evil, the world is in chaos. Do we understand that? Let's quickly go back to Australia. Some other things I talked about. Australia, to me, I just cry. And then they cut off the fireworkers' pay there, the governor, for a while. I don't know if you caught that part of the video. I posted that on Facebook. We've got that flu or whatever it is now in America. I feel like World War Z. It's transpiring. And I want to make you all aware of that. You have to pay attention to the headlines, but you also have to have the ability to use your brain. Think out of the box. Think beyond what they're saying and process the information that way. Or re-research it and then research what your research was. And then re-research it again. With my professors, I always had to get 3 citations. Because you just can't throw out 1 PhD. You've got to find 3 PhDs that agree with your thesis. And if you can't, then your thesis is, crap. That's what I'm doing. And when I finally find the answer, I try and see if I'm wrong. I try and stay so far from this reality, and keep myself in reality. Because I'd rather be and understand and feel the pain and feel the anguish and burn my body and do whatever I need to do to have the truth, to live the truth, rather than to live what I've lived my whole life, which has taken many things from me, and I'm sure it's taken many things from you. You people who are out there pursuing your purpose, you people who need to pursue your purpose, do it. It's time. I'm going to leave it with that because I need to drink some more coffee. But I thank you all very much. And we'll hit what we need to hit. And we'll do what we need to do. And I'm behind you 100%. And I'm always here. I'm always here. If I can't ever make a video, I'll have somebody do it for me. Okay? And that may be next month. Who? I have no idea. But, I'll make sure I stay in touch with you with what I'm about to go through this process. Lastly, again, I love you all very much. Be safe. If you're in the northern part of the United States, stay the hell off the highways. Cancel your trips. This is not normal. If you want to take a trip and get buried under 10 feet of snow, go ahead. But I care about you. Don't, please. Okay? They're not even... How many people do you think have died up there? They don't report this. The earthquakes, the 6.0 that they report, is actually a 7.5. They get bigger and bigger. So really, really use your knowledge, use your imagination, look through the mirror that they're throwing in our face. We have to. Because again, we were told to do this and it's our job. And we were also told to fight. Fight. I'll find the quote on that. I'll find the scripture. I'll tell you exactly what he said. I say things against the Bible. But I take his word and I take the great one, his word very seriously. Because somehow they weren't really able to change those. Okay? My blessings and peace. We got crap weather here in the Ozarks. There's crap weather all over the world. It's covered with clouds. Very few places can I find sun. And where I do find sun, it's too dark. I'm not going to get into luminosity explanation for the 100th time. You need to start seeing it. It's not lit right out there most of the time. Prayers to all of you. Be safe. My name is Darryl Johnson. I am Ride the Wind. And I hope you enjoyed Moonlight Sonata, Beethoven, which is one of his most beautiful pieces. The third part is really cool. But anyway, thank you all very much. You have a great day. Help others. This is not about us. This is about helping each other. It never was about us. Okay? And we have to get in that mode of thinking. And in the end, good wins over evil. So, there you go. What's going to transpire between now and then? I don't know. But I'll keep you updated. You guys have a great day. By the way.